Hello everyone, welcome back. Another few small topics we need to discuss before moving ahead. That is, one is called the nested functions. The nested functions. In some cases, we need to create a function inside another function. Those are called the nested functions. Suppose if you take an example, I'm going to have a function called a login function. Login function. I'm going to pass username. I'm going to pass a username. Inside this login function, only that function need to validate few parameters. Parameters in the sense it has to validate the username, it has to validate the password and all. Outside this function, those functions doesn't have any impact. In such cases, we need to declare those functions inside the login function. Such kind of functions are called nested functions. Suppose if you see this one, we have a define validate of username or validate of password like that, and it is going to check if username greater than or equal to 5 characters, then it is allowed. And also in case of password also, it is going to greater than or equal to 8 characters, then it will allow. Such kinds of data functions are called nested functions. Nested function means one function inside another function. The beauty of this one is, what are the variable which is available in the outer function? What are the variable which is available in the outer function? Those can be accessed. Those can be accessed inside these functions. Whereas the inner variable, suppose if I am creating a variable here, a equal to 25 or something, I can access this variable only to this function. These will not be accessed outside. This will not be accessed outside. This is what the beauty of nested functions. Let's go ahead and see a few examples. This is a small topic. And another concept in this topic is called enclosing. This is what I had just explained. Enclosing means the inner function can access the variables of outside or outer functions, but outer function cannot access the variable of inner function. That is what this enclosing means. Okay, this is what I have just explained. What are the variable we declare here that can be accessed inside the inner function. The reverse is not possible. That is what this enclosing means. Let's go ahead and see this example and we'll come back with another topic. Okay, I'm going to define an outer function. Define outer. Inside the outer function, inside the outer function, I'm going to print outer function. Outer function. Okay, and here itself I'm going to define inner function. Inner function. In the inner function, I'm going to print inner function. And if you want to print, then we want to print this one, then we have to call that particular function. I'm going to call that inner function here, and this will call this inner function. Now if you want to call this one, then we have to call the outer function also. Outer function. So how it is going to print? This is going to print the inner function and the outer function. Let's execute this one. See, the outer function has executed first, then it will go inside and inner function has executed. This is how it is going to work. Enclosed variable concept, right? Now, what is it? Enclosed variable concept means the inner function can access the variables declared in the outer function, but reverse is not possible. That's what we are going to see. Going to define the outer function. In the outer function, I have a message. I have a message equal to welcome. Now I'm going to define the inner function. In the inner function, I'm going to call this outer function variable. How can we call? I'm going to print message. See, this is accessible inside the inner function. And I'm going to call inner function here, and I'm going to call the outer function. If you execute this one, it is not going to print anything, because only if we call the outer function, then only it will be executed. I'm going to call the outer function also. In this case, it is going to print the welcome. Even though welcome is declared outside the inner function, it can be accessed inside that particular inner function definition. This is what this enclosed variable means. Let's go ahead and see another example. Let's see some real use case. Suppose I have define login. I'm going to define a login function. There I am going to pass the username. So inside the username function, inside the login function, we have validation functions also. Those can validate the username and password. If what it is going to validate, if it is going to validate, return what is length of username. Now it is accessing the details. What are the variable we have passed? That is the formal parameters. What we passed in the outer variable, that is going to be accessed here. Length of username greater than or equal to 5. Then only it is going to execute. Okay. And I'm going to say if if I'm going to say validate is the function. If validated, if that validation is true, then this is the truthy condition. We call this in this truthy and falsy. If that is true, means if it is greater than or equal to 5 character, that is username length is greater than or equal to 5 character, then it is saying print login successful. Login success. Okay. Else we have to say else print invalid username. So how we are going to call this one? I'm going to say login. What is, we have to give some username. Just say John. Say invalid username. So John123. So login success. This is how it is using this inner or nested functions to validate or something. This is the practical use case of the nested functions. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. In the next video, we are going to see this scope of the variables. We have local variable, global variable, enclosed variables, and these are the few variables. We are going to see the scope in the functions, which one will be executed first and all. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a good day.